So what I want to do now is that I'm going to wrap this with a widget called stack. You can check my channel for tutorial on how to use stack. So a stack widget is going to take children, and then I'm just going to remove this, and then I'm going to I'm removing this and I'm placing this here. Let's set this first. Yeah, we have this. So the reason I'm using stack is because I want to have multiple widgets overlaid on each other. So I want to have the page view widget, and also want to have a row widget, and I also want to have an indicator on top of the page view. So to do this, I'm going to be using the row widget here, and to come down here and say row, and yeah. So the row widget is going to take children, and basically what I want to do is that I want to have 3 dots at the bottom of my screen here, on top of the pages I have on the screen here. So to do that, I'm going to generate, I'm going to say list dot generate, yeah, and I want the length first. So I want to have 3 dots here, so I'm going to say 3, and then what do I want to generate? I'm going to have a method which is going to generate those 3 dots I want here. So to do that, I'm just going to take this and then index, and then we're going to have a method which we are going to be naming build indicator, which is going to take index. So this method is going to return a widget, and those widgets are which are going to be 3 at what we're going to be displaying here. So to do that, we're going to come down here, and then we're going to, because we're basically returning a widget, we first have widgets and then the name of the method. We're just going to copy this, then we're going to come down here, and then we're going to have this. Let's have a return keyword. So we're returning a container, and the container is going to have a decoration, which is going to be box decoration. I'm going to give you a color. So the color, so what this color is going to be is that we're going to say that, let me add this, let me add semicolon here first. So the color is going to basically be that page 1, we have a list of pages here, and the first index is 0, the second one is 1, and the third one is 2. So what we're basically going to do here is that we're going to say that when we are on index 1 or index 0, which is the first page, we want you to give it this color. When we're on page 2, which is the first index, we want you to give it this color. And when we are the third page, which is of this index, we want you to give it this color. So let's quickly do that. So we're going to come here and we're going to say the current page if is equals to index, then give it a color. Just going to colors dot black. If it's not equals to the index, then give it colors dot gray. Okay, come here. So now let's go and create our current page. So we're going to come back into the page view here. So now let's go and create the current page. We're going to come here, and we're going to have int, because it's an integer. I'm going to create a current page, which at first is going to be at index of 0. The page view widget enables us to make use of the onPage change, and this onPage change, we can going to take a method which takes an integer. So that integer is going to be the current number of the current index of the page we are on. So we're going to have this, and then we're going to make this index, and then we can have this. So what we're basically going to be doing is that we're going to say the current page, which is initially at the index of 0, is going to be equals to the page that I am currently. So, initially the current page is at 0. That's at 0. That's where we're starting. So when I swap this, I'm on this second container, which the index is 1. So I'm going to change the current page value to this index. Then I'm going to have semicolon here. So now that I've done this now, because we are using a stateful widget, I will have to add my set state. And then I'm going to copy this and paste this here, because save this. And then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to arrow here and remove this from here. So I'm having error here. The reason I'm having 0 is because I'm outside the scope of this my variable that I created here for the current page. So all I'm going to just do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to paste this here. Yeah, I'm going to save this. So now let's customize our container further. So what we're going to be doing again is that we're going to be giving it a shape, because we want it to be circular. So we can say shape, and we're going to say box shape dot circle. And so now after saving, I can't see anything on my screen, and the reason is because I'm here to give my container an height and width. So I'm just going to come here and say height. I'm going to give it 8 pixels, and then I'm going to give a width, and I'm going to say, so what I basically want the width to be is that, let me say the current, and I'm going to explain this to us, current page equals to index. Yeah. So I'm using a ternary operator here. It's going to be 8. Let's use it here, and then let that comma here. So what I'm saying is that if the current page is equals to the current index, I want the width to be 12. If it's not equal, let it be 8. So if I save this now, you can see on top of the screen here, I have 3 dots here. So let me position it. And to do that, what I'm going to do now first is I'm going to come back here. Yeah. My row, I'm going to say main ASICs, and I'm going to say main ASICs alignment dot center. So it's going to come here. Let me bring it down here, because this is where we want it to be, so that when we scroll across the screen, we can see it. We can see the 3 we can see the indicator at the bottom of the screen here. So to do that, I'm going to just wrap this with a position widget. So if you don't really understand how this works, you can check out my tutorial on stack widget. So I explain how the position widget and how you can do all this alignment. So I'm just going to add the position widget, and I'm going to add bottom. So I'm just going to give this 20 pixels. So I want it to be like from bottom to wherever it's going to be, let it just be 20 pixels. And let's save this. Yeah, so we can see that it's here, and then can say from left, I don't want to have anything, and from right, I don't want to have anything. Let's say this. Yeah, so we have it at the bottom here. Now one more thing I want to do is that let's give this a margin. Let's say margin, and then edge, insert. So the margin I'm going to give it is symmetrically on horizontally. So I'm going to say horizontal, then I'm going to give it just 4. And let's save this. Yeah, so I have this. So now look at this. When I scroll, you can see that I moved to the next container. Then when I scroll, move to the 3rd one. When I come back here, it does the same thing, and when I come back here, it does the same thing. So we've added a custom indicator using row and styled circle to reflect the current page. This improves navigation and user experience. So what I basically did is I added the row, and I generate 3 container using this build indicator method. I return container here, and I style it how I want it to look like, and then I positioned it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more Flutter tutorial. See you next time. Thank you.